What's up, everybody? Happy Wednesday, and it is the very first Joel's CoachCast. It's November 7th, episode 1. And hey, look, we're going to see how this goes. And, this is the fun thing is, and this is what I told everybody when I first announced this a couple weeks ago, was saying, hey, look, everybody has podcasts, so why not do a CoachCast? That's what I think would be a lot of fun. And not even do it on anything except for the Instagram platform, right? So that's going to be the fun thing to do. And as everybody's jumping on, I got to pull in somebody who, look, it's the person that we all know, we all love. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. And waiting for the woman of the hour. Are we ready? There she is. There's the woman of the hour. Did I do it right?
You did it right. I gotta readjust though. So you can
Here we gotta adjust. I know this is hold on, we gotta do this and we gotta do this and we gotta turn it up. And I tell you what, this whole ring light thing, I'm still figuring out how bright to turn it up. Because like you can go like this or you can go like this. I think this is good.
But it's all about the lighting.
It's all about the lighting, as you can say. So Miss Danielle Natoni, you know how much I love you and Darren already, and thank you for being on episode number 1 of Joel's CoachCast. How exciting is this, right? I think this is going to be a lot of fun. I'm excited to go through this and see how it goes. So first of all, for the 5 people in Beachbody that don't know who you are, it may be, I might have overshot it too, it might be 3. Would you give us just a quick little synopsis of why you're so awesome?
Thank you. First of all, I'm super excited to do this with you and to be the first guest. Like, how cool is that? And I actually have a funny story about people not knowing who I am, and I'll tell you after I share a little bit about me. So my name is Danielle Natoni, and for those of you who are like, wait a minute, yes, I'm a new blonde. So formerly, I've been a brunette, just went blonde a couple weeks ago, but I've been a coach for a little over 8 years, which it doesn't seem that long. It seems just like yesterday. I am a double superstar diamond coach, so that means that my team has achieved superstar diamond twice. I've been an elite coach for 6 years in a row. I was the CEO award recipient 1 year. I've been in Asylum Volume 2, which like only 6 people have done because it's super, super hard, but I was like the band girl in that. Yeah. And I was the modifier in Insanity Max 30, which a lot of people have done. And so I was, lifting my knees with you guys. I have been the Insanity Live format expert for Beachbody Live. So if you're an Insanity Live instructor, you might know me very, very well. And also I am a wife. I met my husband thanks to Beachbody. His name is Danielle Natoni. So we always say from infomercial to altar, we are the Insanity Love Story. We met on the set of the Insanity infomercial. And I have 2 kids. Bianca is 12 and Adriana is 17, and that is kind of me in a nutshell. But really quickly, this story is kind of funny. So Super Saturday weekend a couple weeks ago, I was in Toronto and I was at the hotel having breakfast before the event. And a woman came up to me and she was like, "You're really dressed up. Are you one of the speakers for the event today?" And I'm like, "Yes, I am." I'm like, "Are you a coach?" And she's like, "Yes." And I'm like, "Oh," and I was like, "Then, and you don't know who I am?" And I didn't mean it rude, but just like the way, and she was like, "No, I don't know who you are." And I'm like, "Okay, do me a favor." I'm like, Google Danielle Natoni. So anyway, she comes up to me at the event. She's like, "Oh my gosh." She was like, "I feel terrible for not knowing you." And I'm like, "Girl, it's okay. Nobody knows me at the grocery store, so don't worry about it." But anyway.
Hey, nobody knows me at the grocery store either. Like, this is a very, very small bubble we live in. I think a lot of people forget that.
For sure.
Like in the Beachbody world, people know us and like we go to Summit and Success Club and all that stuff. It was like, "Oh my God, you're so popular." You guys, it's not like that when you go to Ralph's Supermarket. Like, you don't get stopped and ask for an autograph. Like, you don't need security going through, but it's good. And so as someone said, I think it's a very aptly put verbiage for you, is the queen of Beachbody. I mean, look, if you think about what you've done and what you've accomplished in a relatively short time, by the way, which is awesome, which is one of the things. So first of all, we want to get into this. And everybody had to say hi to Kobe because he jumped up.
Oh,
So
So
he's not good.
cute.
He's a little camera shy, but he wants to be on my lap at least. All right, so Danielle, let's get in this because people are not just here to listen to the sultry sounds of our voice. They want to learn some stuff, right? That's what this is all about. And being a Beachbody coach, this is the reason I did that. I started wanting to do this, as we talked about a couple weeks ago. It's like being a Beachbody coach is hard. It's very, very challenging, and being in the fitness industry right now, period, is a challenge because we have more out there than ever before in terms of the market saturation when it comes to apps, when it comes to gyms and small boutique studios and all these different things. And so there's a lot of stuff out there, but yet we have so many tools at our disposal to succeed as a Beachbody coach. Now, just so you guys know, I'm not a coach. Danielle is. I say we collectively as Beachbody, just so everybody knows. Because we don't have everybody's like, wait, how come he gets to do both? I don't get to do both. I'm not a coach, but I'm here because I've also been in this industry for over 15 years now, and I know how to sell fitness, and so does Danielle. And so, Danielle, let's get right into it. You've got 3 things. So the first thing, what I love about this is so many people say, okay, I'm going to give it a shot. And they try it once, and they say, well, that didn't work, and then they quit. So consistency, right? So let's go after it. What do you have to say about being consistent?
It is literally my favorite thing to talk about. And I always say that consistency is my only superpower. I am legitimately no more special or talented than anyone else. And I don't say that to deflate myself. I have great confidence. I believe in myself. I don't have self-doubt. But I didn't come into this any differently than anyone else. And matter of fact, I would actually argue that I came into this at a deficit because I had never heard of Beachbody. I didn't already have a love for our programs, and I'm already fit. I've been fit my whole life. And that, in all honesty, is a little bit harder, right? Because nobody has truly watched me on a physical journey, though over the years, people have definitely come with me on an emotional journey and a financial journey. And so when I say I'm no more special or talented, I just mean that I came into this with the exact same skills as everybody else. But my one superpower, the one differentiator I think that has separated the men from the boys, is that I show up every single day, no matter what. Like, it is a non-negotiable. I show up when it's easy. I show up when it's not easy. I show up when it's convenient. I show up when it's inconvenient. When I travel, when I'm sick, when family members are sick, when I went through a divorce, whatever goes on in my life, instead of pulling back from this business, I lean in even further. And, it's interesting because the thing about consistency is it requires zero talent. It requires zero talent. You don't have to be a great singer. You don't have to be a marketing specialist. Like, all you have to do is wake up and show up and repeat. And really, this business is that simple, in my opinion. Every day, I wake up and I press play. And if I can press play every single day on a workout, I can press play every single day on this business. And in turn, I can press play on my life. And so to me, consistency is the number one differentiator between people who are successful and people who are not. And here's the other thing. I had a new coach call earlier today, and she was stressed about all the ins and outs of this business. And I'm like, listen, all you have to do is show up every single day. Because here's the thing. If you're not here 3 months from now, all those people are like, I knew it. People who tell you no, they really mean not right now. And they need to watch you. I can't tell you the amount of people that have come to me and they're like, I've been watching you for years, or I've been watching you for months. And if I stopped showing up, they'd be out and they'd be like, yep, I knew it. I knew that thing wasn't really going to work. I knew she wasn't the girl for me. And so it requires no talent. It really requires no effort. Because the cool thing is you get to show up still with dirty hair on top of your head from your workout earlier. You know what I mean? Like, I literally threw on lipstick and some lashes because I'm like, well, he's, a lot of people are going to watch this because Joel's a big deal, so I better do a little something. But this hair, not washed for days, So consistency, seriously, is the easiest but most vital part to this business. Just show every single day, no matter what. And if nothing else, you get better as a person, and then your business will grow in turn.
So wake up, show up, repeat. I hope everybody heard that and writes that down, because it's 3 things. That's it. It's not rocket science. And I've said this for years too about fitness. This is not rocket science. If this was rocket science, I wouldn't be doing it. It's just not. I'm not that smart. But it's consistency. And same thing. A lot of people asking like, well, how do I want to become a personal trainer, and how do you get to, how have I gotten to where I'm at in my career with this? 15 years worth of consistency and pushing through it, and that's what you've done as well with your business. Now, taking that the next step. There's so many people. Look, social media is the most challenging that it's ever been because it's, again, very saturated, and our feeds are just a mess at this point with crap and just everyone's opinions and this and that. And so it can be very, very daunting as well getting into the Beachbody coaching world, because that's, now that's how people get business, and that's how people find their customers. So that can be challenging, and we get that. And I know you get these questions more than I do. People are like, well, hey, look, how do I get outside my bubble? How do I get outside my warm market? I've exhausted all my friends and family, and I've asked them, like all of them, I've already signed up for Shakeology, HD, and BOD. So how do I move on, and how do I go beyond what I'm already doing? So what's your next point on that?
Yeah, so social media is amazing. For sure, hands down. I always say social media is something we get to do, not something we have to do, right? It gives us the opportunity to connect with other humans that we would otherwise not be able to connect with. And it allows us to grow our business to scale. However, there are real life humans all over the place outside of your phone. And what's interesting is when you connect with those real life humans on the other side of your phone, you do get them on social, and you in turn get their social network. So I think what happens is people feel like there's two boxes. There's like, oh, there's my warm market, my friends, my family, my coworkers. I did that in the beginning of my business. Then there's social media. I've got to add people every day. I've got to, send hey girl messages, like write all the things that all the coaches say to do, which is true. But that's not the only box. I'll give an example of me. I would probably say 95% of my business is on social media now. But then I was like, you know what? Let me get outside this phone and live a little bit. So if you follow me, I'm super into yoga lately, right? Me going to that yoga studio every single day and making real life friendships and real life connections has expanded my business. Not just the people I've met there, who I've met amazing humans, some of who have become my customers, some of who have become my coaches, some who just have added to my life. But guess what? Because I'm so into yoga and because I am connecting with them, I'm getting their friends following me. I'm getting all these new yoga accounts following me, what does that do? That brings new humans into my social feed who are not already attached to a Beachbody coach, who when they start following me and I'm sharing information and I go, and oh, by the way, you can join my challenge. So I think we get into this box of I've already exhausted my warm market. I'm doing all the things on social media. You still need to get out in your community. You still need to go out and, you know what? If a girlfriend down the road is having like some neighborhood get together, you need to bring your booty there. Because one, it's good to meet real life humans. And two, you're going to meet people there. How easy is it to say, oh my gosh, I really liked you. Are you on Instagram? Follow me. And now Instagram has that cool little thing. If you guys aren't using it, if you click on the 3 little lines on Instagram, not now, because then our video will go away. There's a name tag, just like Snapchat used to have. And you can literally just like, bloop, put your 2 phones together and connect. And, not only that, it's like you could go to a yoga studio. You could join a running club. You could go to a knitting club for all I care. You could start playing golf. You could set up a booth at a health fair. You can, do things like if you have kids, you can do a basket for their silent auction at school. Like there's so many ways to meet real life humans. And while that won't grow your business to scale, it is going to make all these connections that cats.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
It is what network marketing is. And whether you like that or not, that is what this business is. Yes, we are a super cool one that does it the right way and in a way that helps change people's lives and doesn't feel gross. But we are network marketing, which means you've got to network with people. And that includes outside of social media. That includes being in the line of Target and putting your phone down and making eye contact with that cashier. Because you know what? Maybe that cashier doesn't want to work at Target for the rest of her life. Maybe she would love to work at Target and have a side hustle of doing this Beachbody gig. And we forget, we like prejudge and we think that all we have to do is connect with people on social media, but there are real life humans on the other side of your phone. And when you get out into the world, and I am guilty of that. Before I went to yoga, I like just lived inside this house. It was like, I lived inside this house and I was on social, and I just started going to yoga for me, and I would bring my hydrate. People were like, what's that? And then I made connections. And now it's like, I have so many new people joining my team and my group who are from the yoga world. And it's simply because I decided to make the warm market, cold market smush.
Yeah. Look, and
sense.
It's such a refreshing thing to hear you say that, because look, that's the opposite of what a lot of people are hearing and versus, or I should say what a lot of people think they should do right now, because everything has gone towards the social media world. Thank you, by the way, I know it states because Kobe's like hair right up in my face. So yeah, it's very much like where you, this is, and I think a great way to say is like, remember, you know, we all remember what it used to be like when we were kids, you know, well, if you are 40 and under, how about this? Let's just say that. Or 40 and older, excuse me, 35 and older. How about that? We'll say 35 and older. We remember what it was like to not have this, to not have these phones, to not have social media. I remember getting letters in the mail, and it was awesome. It was so cool. And long story short, we have gone full circle back to that. Like now, it'd be kind of cool to get a letter in the mail again, because it's actually handwritten. And we've gone, you know, you think it's all the progressions we've gone from there. With technology, then we started getting emails, and that was really exciting. But then we started getting all the junk mail, and now it's not exciting anymore. Like our email sucks. So getting something handwritten, so that human interaction, the human interaction element is coming back full circle, which is huge. And so that's why I'm so happy, Danielle, that you brought that up tonight, because that is massive. Human interaction is coming back, because I truly believe, like, the humans, we're creatures of interaction. We're not supposed to be loners. We're not to be lone wolves. So I think that's great. So with that said, in terms of, okay, we've gone beyond social media, and you do your walks as well, and people love walking with Danielle, and your you know, the funny little the vibrams that you guys wear, and people are like, what is that? Your feet look like fingers. It's very strange. But you bring this level, and this is the point that, look, people follow people. People do not want to follow a company. They do not want to follow organizations. They want to follow a person, and they want to get into that person's life. And you have to be open and ready to do that, to open up yourself, open up your life. Doesn't mean you have to share everything, but Danielle shares her life, and Darren, they share everything, and that's what people want to be a part of as well. So now, Danielle, Darren is probably like the most vocal about the fact that you're not perfect, even though I know that blows everybody's mind. And the fact that that's also counterintuitive to what most men have been taught about what they should say about their wives, you know, because I was raised in West Texas. Your wife is perfect. You're supposed to say that, but Darren says you're not. But that's okay. None of us are perfect, but he also treats you amazing, and he and I are great friends about it. But it's not about being perfect. It's about getting the job done, right? So tell me about that. So tell me about your point of you don't have to be perfect.
Yeah, so, it's interesting. And actually, to back up a little bit, I always say with social media, you said where we share our lives a lot. I always say, first of all, it's your level of comfort. I didn't come out the gate like just blasting my whole life, right? Like that came in stages, in increments, just like, dipping your toe in the water and then you go all the way in, right? It's kind of the same. So if you're newer to this, you don't have to share every bit of your life at the beginning. The more you do it, and the more you realize it truly does impact people, like I'm sure you get this, the messages we receive on silly things that you're like, oh, that really impacted somebody. Like it makes you want to share more. And the other thing I say about social media too is it's your job to make people fall in love with you. Like I want people on the other side of social media to feel like we're best friends. Like to feel like, if nothing else, maybe I'm the only positive part of their day. And when you look at social media that way and you reframe, sure, there's negativity, right? But it's like you block, delete, and you move on. And social media has so many cool aspects. And so that's why we do love sharing so much of our lives. And no, I am not perfect. If you ask him, I leave a trail of yellow dust everywhere we go. There is literally energized streaks all over this house. And when he tries to get on to me about it, I'm like, no. I like Energize. I'm sure any coach on here who drinks or customer who drinks Energize knows the pain of having yellow on everything.
And the neurotic neat freak in me as well is dying inside as you're talking. So
yeah.
I know Darren's pain. I get it.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I actually, at the beginning of my business, tried to be perfect because I was used to that. In my previous life, I spent so much time pretending to be perfect because I'm tall, I'm somewhat attractive, and people assume that the tall, thin, attractive girl has their stuff together. And even though at that time my life was a mess, it was easier to let people believe that, right? So I didn't want to break what they were thinking. And so I would pretend to be perfect, and it was exhausting. It was exhausting. It was mentally exhausting. It was emotionally exhausting. And guess what? Nobody really liked me or related to me. And when I realized that if I peeled back those layers and I showed me, all of me, whether you like it or not, that was actually really liberating, extremely freeing, and that's when people connected with me. Nobody connects with perfect. What they connect with are real life humans who make mistakes and who can own up to those mistakes. And there's a difference between being like negative and like airing all your dirty laundry on social media, right, and just being really real and honest about what's going on in your life. So like finding that balance. But what I know is this: nobody wants perfect. So yeah, a lot of times you will see me in the same gosh darn sports bra that I had on at 5:30 a.m. sweating through a workout at 7:30 p.m. while I'm cooking dinner. Because you know what? That's the reality of life. And I'll talk about how sometimes I have mom guilt because we're a blended family and I only have my kids every other week, and I struggle with those emotions and knowing what, and here's the thing, that allows people to connect with you. Because you know what? Not everyone's going to like me. That's okay. And not everyone's going to connect with me, and that's okay, because they might connect with you if you share all the real parts of you. But nobody wants perfect. There are accounts when I like look on social media and I'm like, it'll suggest somebody, right? And you go look at it. And if I look at their account and I'm like, I don't, it's just too polished. It's too polished. Now, I'm not giving you permission to have bad lighting. You do need good lighting. When you're being authentic, you need good lighting.
Look, I bought a ring light just because I knew that you would judge me if I didn't have it. So
yeah, but being real is, seriously, that is the key to this business. And I think one of the things that early on differentiated me in this business was I was 100% authentically me. Hell, I still am. The sides of my head are shaved. I went blonde. Like, I have a tattoo on the back of my neck. Like, does a 40-year-old suburban mom always do that? No. And do I care? No, because I am me. And you either love me or you don't love me. But when I'm sure you've heard the thing before, if you talk to everyone, you're talking to no one. So when you are you, 100% authentically you, that will help you find your tribe, your group of people that will want to work with you above all other coaches. Because here's what we know: Live for, bomb. Our programs are great, our products are amazing, but they could sell without us. What people are truly buying is you as the coach. And the only way they get to know that is if you're not doing false advertising.
Yeah. Look, and I think it's very easy, and I have to remind myself of this too, because especially with Live 4 having come out, my engagement has gone up in social media too, and I have not always been used to, even the negativity that comes. Look, people are out there and people suck. That's the reality of it. There are people that have nothing better to do. I guarantee there's probably some people on this feed right now, if we go through the comments, they're just being assholes. That is just the reality of it. Some people have nothing better to do in their life but be trolls. And I have to constantly remind myself that those people have no bearing in my life whatsoever, and they're not going to affect me. They're unhappy with themselves. And so as long as you keep reminding yourself that, and don't give a shit, just like Danielle doesn't, and like I don't either, because I don't say anything different that right now that I wouldn't post. And that authenticity, that realness that Danielle has, that Darren has, that I have, that is what people are going to be really attracted to with what you're trying to do. So it's not, you guys, it's not about just the programs. It's not about Shakeology and Beachbody Performance. Those are your tools that you have in this business. As a Beachbody coach, Beachbody brings you the tools that you need, but then it's on you, which is why you're called a coach, to go and help people find their path. And what works for me does not work for Danielle, and what works for Danielle does not work for me. And Darren likes to do pull-ups, and I hate doing pull-ups. So it definitely doesn't work for me. I don't do pull-ups. They're hard. So I like to do other things. But your job is to say, okay, I have all these tools. Here's my toolkit. Now, how do we start talking to people and finding the things that is going to help them and find their own path? So, Danielle, you are amazing. And as always, with everything I like to do, parting words, your final words of wisdom that you might have, put you on the spot a little bit. But Danielle's final thoughts.
For sure. So here's the thing. When I started this business, I looked at the person who brought me into it, and I thought, if she could do it, why not me? And as I've grown, even recently, right? Like when I do things, I look at somebody who's doing something I aspire to do, or, is crushing it in their industry, and I think, why not me? And so my best piece of advice to you is, why not you? Like whatever it is, and your goals don't have to be what my goals are, but whatever your goals are, why not you? There is literally every kind of proof in this business of different types of people. Overweight people, fit people, old people, young people, pregnant people, people with no kids, like every ethnicity. Like there is literally an example of somebody who has made this work. So why not you? Why can't you be successful in this? And you don't need a special upline. There are plenty of people who have done this without any help. You don't need anything other than what exists right inside of you right at this very moment. And you don't need a Monday. You don't need a new year. All you need is to draw a line in the sand right after this call, step over it and go, you know what? Okay, why not me? I'm going to tackle this differently. I'm going to say hi to every person that I see in the store. I'm going to make real life connections with real life humans. I am going to use social media as my public accountability diary, and I am not going to assign any kind of judgment to whether or not how many likes it gets, how many comments it gets. I'm going to post because it makes me feel good and hope that it changes at least one person's life. I still wake up every single day fired up about this business because I know that every day I will at least touch one person's life. I know that for sure, that my words in some way, shape, or form will touch one person. Well, think about that. If you only connected with one person or resonated with one person a day, every day for a year, that'd be 365 freaking people that you impacted. Like that is amazing. And you compound that year after year. So I need you to think, why not you? I need you to draw a line in the sand, step over it, and realize you don't need anything other than what you have right inside of you. And if you leave this call today thinking anything differently, then you need to work on your brain as much as you work on your body. You guys are always looking for the next program and the next nutritional, but what you really need to be doing is like, what is the next piece of like information that you can put between those ears that are gonna make you understand that you are incredible and you have everything you need right inside of you to be as successful as you want. I am no more special or talented than you. And if I can do it, so can you.
And look, I got nothing. You don't even need me anymore. Look, if I had a mic, I'd drop it for you. And I don't think there's any better way to end episode 1 of the CoachCast. And I don't think there's any better person that could have kicked it off. Babe, you killed it. So thank you so much for being on this. I think this is going to go very well. I'm excited about this. We're going to do it every week. So next Wednesday, I've got Mike Karpinko coming up. So look, we're bringing guys, we're bringing girls. I've got Carl lined up this month. I've got Autumn lined up this month. Look, I'm going to bring everybody I can and use all of my my connections to bring as many things and many people in here as I can into this CoachCast to help you as coaches, because that's what it's all about. My job is to help you guys. Danielle's job is to help and go out and spread the message of everything we do with Beachbody. So thank you for everything we do. Danielle, mwah, I love you. Thank you. Love to Darren. And you guys, make sure you go back. This will be on Instagram, IGTV. So make sure you're tagging people in this, because you can do that after the fact. So tag people in this. They need to see this because, man, it was everything. So Danielle, have a great rest of your night. Talk to you soon, man.
Thanks. Bye.
Thanks, everybody.